So here's Ryan Babel, 20-year-old Dutchman.
How does it feel to be back in the Premier League?
Feels good. It's of course surprising, I know that, but I had a good think about it, and I was up for the challenge.
You could argue that it's a very astute move tactically to have your hair that colour, because wingers can pick you out with a cross much easier.
Right. I mean, if you look at it that way, yeah.
You can tell people you did it for football reasons.
Right.
Do you regard the Premier League for you as unfinished business?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
In what way?
I think first of all, that's one of the decisions. Maybe I should have not came to England at that time. I was still pretty young. Also, I was still not really fully outgrown the Dutch league when I joined Liverpool. So maybe, you know, another 2 years in Holland would have been good for me. I feel like what most people say, of course, you know, I didn't fulfill my potential at Liverpool at that time.
Would you say your own career has possibly not gone down the route you expected it to?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
how would you describe your career to date?
A bumpy road. But at the same time, I think I'm also a living proof that, you know, if you still put enough work into it, you decide more or less your road, how you, where you want to end up. A lot of people, you know, talked down on my career at some point, which makes sense.
At what period did people talk down on your career?
When I went to the UAE at 28 of years, which normally, of course, doesn't make sense to go at that age to the Emirates. For me at that point it made sense, because I already was at a certain point that people were not really looking at me at how they do now. So it was a very easy decision for me. I've you know, done some interviews during my whole career, you know, a journalist that asked me about my time in Liverpool. And I've always criticized, you know, the management who were at that time, you know, were guiding me and in a way that I think they could have done much better for, you know, a player at that age. It's not, of course, always one party has the blame, but it was probably a combination that I didn't fulfill my potential.
Just how tough will the remainder of this campaign be for Fulham to beat the relegation?
I mean, it's clear that it will be very tough, but I hope, you know, that I can give personally, you know, my good energy to the team, maybe some different dynamics. It's still a long season. A lot of things can happen, but I'm confident that we can remain in the Premier League.